People asked for it. Today, we're doing an eBay mail day. What's up, guys? We are going to be going through some of the recent purchases that I've had through eBay and really go through why I've bought them. Again, some people have asked for this type of video previously, and specifically in one of my last videos, I asked you all to submit some questions. One of them was, I haven't seen you do a raw card video in a while. Really appreciate you doing those, and it would be nice if you can just go through some of the cards that you bought recently and why you bought them. So we're going to be doing that today. If y'all have any other questions, again, I'm going to answer some more of those from that previous video, but if y'all do have any other questions on here, by all means, please feel free to drop them down below. All right, gentlemen, the people have spoken. They wanted a mail day. I'm bringing it to them. Let's go. I'd like to do another video for whatever is the most popular topic that is being requested. So hope you all enjoy this. Again, as we go through this, these are all going to be cards that I buy. There's going to be high-end cards. There's going to be low-end cards. The intent behind every single purchase that I have is to submit the card to be graded. So you're probably not going to see any graded cards that I've bought. I don't really buy graded cards. I will buy them occasionally. I have bought some previously. I bought recently a 96 Topps Chrome Kobe Bryant rookie because I've never owned one. I've always wanted to own one. So I did get one of those recently. I bought a couple Shohei Ohtani slabs just from some of his rookie variations. All of these cards were Beckett, by the way. They were not PSA graded. They're all Beckett. But all of these cards I do intend on submitting to PSA. So the first couple cards that you see that are coming through the video, still buying a ton of Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. Really don't see any of that slowing down. It's going to be a combination of any rookies that I see. I know a couple other questions were, how is it that you're finding all of these really gemable or gradable 2017, 2018, Judge, Ohtani rookies? And then obviously, all the other ones that are new releases, what are you doing to really segregate out the good sets versus bad sets? Well, it's hard. You have to look through a lot of different cards whenever you're going through eBay and sourcing cards on eBay. I would say for every single card that I buy, like maybe the 2017 Bowman Chrome Aaron Judge, a lot of those cards are not out there in raw form, so you really have to be on eBay pretty active. You have to have certain searches that are set up or alerts just so that whenever something is listed that fits your category, you kind of get notified of it. Because some of these things, as soon as they become available, they do sell really, really quick. But it is just trying to be really clever with searches, just to make sure that you have a full grasp and understanding of the entire market, what's being released at the time, what's being listed, and if something gets listed that you really like, just kind of jumping in after it. For Ohtani, there's a lot of Ohtani cards that are getting listed right now. I've seen a considerable amount of gemable cards really dry up, I would say, in the past 6 to 12 months for the low end. The high end is essentially bone dry. Even mid end, like if you're looking at a 2018 Bowman Chrome batting rookie, just the regular non-autograph, I used to be able to find maybe 2, 3, 4 of those a year that were gemable. They've essentially dried up. They're essentially like a 2017 Panini Donruss Optic Patrick Mahomes rookie. Those cards, you just can't find any that are gradable anymore. You can't find a 2017 Panini Prism Patrick Mahomes rookie. So it's going further down the totem pole in terms of the lowest of the low-end stuff that you can really finally try to get, and hoping that you're going to get a pretty good gem rate out of it. I will say my gem rate, even though it's perhaps not decreased year over year, it's about right in line with where it was last year. The number of cards that I've rejected from eBay in terms of trying to get great that I bought on eBay and I've tried to submit to PSA, it has gone down tremendously. Like I'm having to sell a ton of cards raw just because I'm getting cards in that are not good quality. So gem rates remain stable. My criteria for submitting to PSA, because prices are higher, turnaround times are much slower. Like, I don't want to wait 3 months to get a 9, knowing that for a 9, I'm going to be losing, $15, $20, $30. I just don't want to do that. I mean, I would just rather sell the card raw, knowing that I don't want to gamble on that 10. So the ROI, everything is just, it's a different dynamic right now compared to, say, last year and even compared to, say, 2023. But I still am finding pretty decent luck. Now, some of the other cards in here, as I go through some of the other targets, it's all going to be newer releases. There are some cards that I'm pretty bullish on as we go through the next couple of years. I don't know if they're going to pan out, but there are some gambles. So knowing that Panini is in their last year of their license, the license is now officially gone. The last year of Panini releases, I think there might be a good opportunity for some of these cards, like looking at National Treasures or even Flawless that came out. If you look at, say, Exquisite back in the day, the Exquisite numbered base cards do very, very well for guys like MJ, Kobe, LeBron, all the GOATs. The cards that really, really do well are even the parallels, like a gold parallel. So back in the day, some of the parallels that, you know, were really, really low numbered 10 or 25, etc. All those are very, very expensive. Of course, they're hard to get graded. But knowing that the 2024-2025 Panini National Treasure set, that's the last NBA licensed National Treasure set that there's going to be, and it's Wemby's second year in the league. I think that's a kind of a cool opportunity to get, you know, a second year Wemby, especially the gold, which I do have. I've got the gold, I've got the one number to 25, I've got a bunch of the ones number to 75. I think that's like a very low entry point for a card that could do very, very well, say 5 to 10 years from now. So yeah, the gold cost me maybe $450, but for a card that has the potential to be 5 figures, assuming Wemby becomes, you know, the modern day GOAT of his era, I think that's a great entry price for a really relatively cheap card. And it also seems to be that they're grading out fairly well. National Treasure standards, they're actually doing fairly well. There's also going to be some other cards that you've seen here. Michael Jordan, early releases, a lot of that stuff drying up. Any NBA licensed Michael Jordan card, it's worth sending in a PSA slab if you think it's going to gem. Unfortunately, all that stuff is just dried up completely. All the attics have been cleaned out. All the binders have been cleaned out. I mean, you're really, really trying to find diamonds in the rough at this point. There's been some questions that came in previous videos about what are some cards to target, say 20 years ago, that would be good cards to get graded. I'm gonna have to really think on that, because honestly, the cards that have been out for that long, for the most part, they're getting found out. And it's getting very, very difficult. The EV on submitting older cards is not positive in my mind, or in my opinion. It's just very, very difficult. Everybody is looking for ROI. Everybody's looking for diamonds in the rough. And as grading prices increase, as grading becomes more difficult, as we've seen with PSA in terms of perhaps being a little bit inconsistent. We've seen that from some of the people doing crack out videos and then resubmitting the cards and getting lower grades. It's pretty funny. I mean, it pretty much verifies or validates that PSA is much tougher. So combination of tougher quality, tougher standards, increased prices, and just the cards that are available are just in bad condition. It's a triple whammy for old cards. It's not good news for new cards either, as I mentioned in previous videos, because you have to take it really on a set-by-set basis. Like, I think that the Bob Ross set, for example, is going to grade very, very well. Now, the market's going to be flooded with Bob Ross cards in the interim whenever everybody gets their PSA cards back. So over time, it may dry up a little bit, but I think that it's a good set to grade, whereas everything Chrome that Topps has put out in 2025 is junk. I've not bought any Bowman Chrome. I've not bought any Bowman with Chrome. I think I've got a couple of Nick Kurtz cards. They're not going to gem, so I've essentially stopped buying them. I haven't bought any Topps Chrome outside of maybe 1 or 2 Roki Sasaki cards. It's just, the Chrome is not good quality. Thanks Fanatics, thanks Michael Rubin for just being trash. So 2025 new sets, it really depends on the set. Like, you can't go previous years have graded well. You can't say that this year's set is going to grade well because previous years graded well. Every single product that comes out is completely different. If I wanted to grade some cards and go after some cards, there are some high-end case hits and inserts. Obviously, some of the downtowns from some products seem to grade out well, but it's getting so hard to even buy those cards now, with eBay allowing you, or PSA allowing you rather, to essentially grade from eBay purchases, or people who are just busting open the boxes, sending them directly to PSA. Most of those cards don't hit the secondary market. That's the thing. It's not like there's going to be a ton of supply available to purchase where you can buy these cards and send them to PSA on your own. Most of the people who are pulling them, most of the people who are breaking them, they're sending them straight in on their own. So the supply of high quality new cards just is non-existent. Like, I've not seen a really good high quality Shohei Ohtani Topps Chrome gold, true gold refractor, true orange refractor hit eBay. I just haven't seen it. The ones that hit eBay are sky high prices, poor quality, or already graded. Like even some Roki Sasaki cards. I would love to get a Roki Sasaki Chrome autograph. I have one Chrome autograph, but some of the higher end parallels, I see that some of the population reports, there's already like 5 PSA 10 orange refractors. Where are these cards? Like, I've not seen them hit eBay, and it's just because of an evolving dynamic where you have people, as soon as they hit in a break, they're sending it to PSA on their own. They're not selling the card raw. So as PSA and grading becomes more and more prevalent, the people who are really reaping the benefit of grading the card are the people who are breaking the card, essentially, or perhaps they're the people who are buying the cards at these buying stations from people who broke them and then submitting them on their own. They're not hitting eBay at a pace that we're used to. Now, if you buy some people from some of the Chinese sellers like Murazond, etc., they're breaking a ton of product and they're listing a ton of product. Just unfortunately, NBA, which is what they mainly break, had bad rookie classes, and I'm not really interested in much of what they have. So occasionally you're going to see a lot of supply hit the market from new releases, but it's just very, very tough. So hopefully that illustrates the difficulty in terms of grading. I still am finding success, as you can see in this video and even in the recap that I'm going through, but it's getting very, very difficult to find. I've not been to a card show this year. I really don't enjoy going to card shows to buy anymore, especially bigger shows. I found that there is a direct correlation where the bigger the show that you go to, the lower quality raw cards there will be. That is definitively true. Going to the National, I bought, I don't know, maybe $1,500 worth of cards. I think that the only gradable cards were the cheapest cards that I bought. And that was me physically inspecting them. Of course, you can't see everything because the lighting is bad. You can't take everything out of a case. But it's just getting harder and harder to find raw cards out there. Even at big shows, even on eBay, etc. Now, again, as you can see, I am having some success with this, but it's getting much, much more difficult. My advice: try to set up some clever search filters. Look for specific players, niches, sets, and really you got to spend a lot of time online. That's really key. You don't want to miss out on any high quality stuff that hits the market that you may not necessarily see. But hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Again, big buyer of Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, MJ, essentially any hot player that I believe in. I would love to buy some Patrick Mahomes cards. He unfortunately just doesn't have anything interesting or cool out right now. And a lot of his rookies have dried up, so it's not that I'm not a believer in Patrick Mahomes necessarily. I'm just not finding anything cool and gradable. The football market's kind of boring. So hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you all think down below. Are you all also having the same difficulty as I am in terms of finding good, clean cards? Let me know what you all think down below, and we will see you all next time.